Hi, I'm CK Reyes, and this is Michelle Vandepass, and we're with Divine Purpose Unleashed.
And today we're talking about a report that we wrote about myths, lies, and excuses that some people use for not living their divine purpose, at least the most fully that you can live it. So if you haven't gotten a copy of the report, head on over to DivinePurposeUnveiled.com and grab a copy of the report, because we just love to share this information with you. And today we're going to talk about one of the myths.
We're going to talk about myth number one.
And that is that you're just born with it, that we think if you have a purpose, that you're supposed to just be born with it right out of the womb, know exactly what it is, and go forth into the world living your purpose. I wish it worked that way, but for most of the people that we work with, and for myself, it just doesn't seem to.
I think the key there is that it doesn't seem to. We are born with something that we want to share, something inside of us. We just might not have access to that. We might not have the awareness that this is our purpose. We've been going through our lives, taking actions, living our life, and what we've found is that you'll find a thread in that at some point you'll have the awareness that, oh, this is my purpose, this is why I'm here.
So what happens is we will go about our daily lives, and if we were to look back on our lives, what we've lived so far, we will find threads that weave through our life. And when we can tap into those things that we love to do, that we have repeatedly done over and over again, that's a clue to how we can tap into living our life more fully, right?
Absolutely.
I love to give the example of Barbra Streisand. Shall we talk about her for a minute?
Absolutely. Perfect.
Okay, Barbra Streisand has this incredible voice, and I'm sure she was born with a lot of talent, right? She just came out of the womb and probably started singing at 1 year old and had a great voice. And yet,
Or maybe she had to develop, she was singing and someone said, oh, you do that really well, and then she started exploring that more and working with it. Maybe she took lessons, maybe she didn't, but you were sharing with me that she had terrible stage fright.
Oh, she does. She's really has gone on record to say she's terrified to speak or to sing in front of audiences. She gets paralyzing stage fright and has to force herself to get out there and really perform. And what a great lesson for all of us, that we think living our purpose is just supposed to be easy. That when we have a talent or a gift or a purpose or a passion, that we're just supposed to get out there and do it, and life is going to be all rosy and easy for us. And it's not always that way.
It can be, but it's not always that way.
It can be easy to follow what we love to do, but we also have to nurture that part of ourselves. And with Barbra Streisand, I know that she works really hard to develop her instrument, to really learn about her range, to get a better depth with her music, and to study. She studies her music, she studies the lyrics, she studies the notes. She really works hard at her craft. So she takes this talent, this gift that she was born with, and then she developed it, she worked at it, she followed her passion, loving music, to make sure that it really was expressing as part of her purpose here on earth. And purpose isn't just her singing. Purpose is to express what's inside of her, as it is with all of us, to express more fully.
Right. So you have something inside of you that wants to be expressed, and if you're finding that it's not fully expressed, it's not completely out there for you to really feel and be aware of, then that just indicates that you need a little bit more awareness around what it is that what you're doing.
Right. And chances are you're already doing it at some level. It's when we put this label of life purpose
and what it's supposed to look like.
Then suddenly we think, oh, we're not living it, or we have to quit our job. That's another myth. We'll talk about that in another video. Or that we have to change our life or move or do something. These are all myths and excuses we give ourselves. You're probably already living your purpose. You can't help but not. It's whether you're connected to it in your heart, whether you're aware of it, and whether you're nurturing the parts of it that you really love to do so that you can go out there more passionately out into the world.
And to realize, I think it's really important that we get that there's a lot of different ways to live our purpose. And the example of Barbra Streisand, well, she's doing that by singing. She's sharing her voice. And there may be other things that she could have done.
Well, she has. She's directed, she's acted, and I know she's been involved with some charity events. Those are all ways, I think, that she expresses her purpose, expresses who is inside of her.
Right. So let's step out of any judgment about what that needs to look like, how it should look, expectations of other people or even that we put on ourselves, and start an exploration of how we are already living our purpose.
Thanks, CK.
I'm CK Reyes, and this is Michelle Vandenpass, and we're with Divine Purpose Unleashed.
So get your copy of the Mystery Report if you haven't already. It's at DivinePurposeUnveiled.com, because we would love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment about this video, your thoughts, if you've been holding yourself back from living your life more passionate, more fully, more on purpose. We want to hear from you.
And we want to share everything we have with you. So head over to Divine Purpose Unveiled and get your copy today.
Thanks.